South Africa will continue to engage BRICS countries with the aim of promoting the country. The brand SA CEO Neville Matjie says that the organization will also use the upcoming G20 summit to also communicate a message that South Africa is indeed open for business. He spoke to our SABC News international editor Sophie Mokoena on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit taking place in Rio de Janeiro.
This is very critical for us. Today we're dealing with the issues around perception versus reality for South Africa. And being at the BRICS Summit has really created a great impetus for us to correct the narrative. But the beauty is a lot of our partners, BRICS partners, are quite clear in terms of their knowledge of South Africa, what South Africa stands for, where we come from, and the reality behind South Africa. So it has been fairly easy for us to focus on the core business that of dealing with the core principles of the BRICS, which is all the sectoral focus groups, which have been focusing mostly on trade and investment, on the financial sector, and of course, most importantly, on how we increase trade amongst ourselves as partners.
Is there interest at this critical moment to invest in South Africa or to engage South Africa? Because your role is to ensure that these engagement and people are still looking south.
Absolutely. I think the beauty about the BRICS family is that it becomes a family. The intention is really to focus on trade as the anchor and to see how we're able to deal with the trade aspects of trading within the BRICS bloc. That in itself, as you're aware, a lot of discussion around the use of our own domestic currencies to trade with each other and the instruments that have been put in place by the NDB, that has been quite critical. But linked to trade has been investment. Because for us to be able to expand the reach, particularly for us as South Africa and for some of our BRICS nations that are outside of the continent, what is important for them is how they use the Africa Continental Free Trade Area to really expand their reach into the African continent. So that has really created a great impetus for us to showcase what, from a continental perspective, we were able to showcase for the BRICS partners to actually gain benefit for the continent.
How can business leverage on the available avenues within the BRICS nations? You indicated that there's synergy and there's interest to support member states.
Yeah, so I think with the BRICS increasing in terms of numbers, as you know, we're sitting with 11 members. That has really created a great impetus of widening the gap and widening the pool for trade and investment. And if you look at the number of the reach in terms of numbers of population, as well as the financial muscle that you get from all these members, it creates a huge opportunity for business to actually expand the reach. Now, yesterday there was a session that specifically focused on B20 with BRICS. And that created a great impetus to showcase how from that link between the BRICS and us leading the G20 this year, and with a conduit being the private sector through the B20, and whom we've actually been partnering on a number of platforms. But this one even more important because it gets to really show how we can widen the scope in terms of the market and create more opportunities for our business to expand their reach. Obviously, there's threats of further tariffs from other nations, but it doesn't mean that there are no other markets that we can look at, and this creates that impetus.